pieces are in place. And since we're not going to do anything further in terms of, buying stuff from China and whatever, we have all this junk around back. And we should just figure out a time when we get some volunteers, John, whoever wants to go down there, and we'll lay it out and just reconstruct it in a way where we're bypassing a few broken pieces. It doesn't have to be exactly the way it was. It is modular.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was I think it was 34 inches, but everything is 34 inches. So we lay out the posts and then we'll just put it together. So we need to set up a day, a Saturday morning or whatever it is, and then see who wants to come down there. In the meantime, figure how we're going to get this stuff. And, any pickup truck would work. Anybody who has a pickup truck, because we don't have to do it all in one shot. So we just bring it down, ferry it all down there, and then we'll get
John's
it.
got to pick up, I've got to pick up.
And we'll just set it up, and once it's set up, then we can figure out, do we need to move the adjoining landscape tie, get more bark. We can fine tune it as far as making that one area. And that's
Well, I think we put it up first and then put the ties in the
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
around it.
That's what I'm saying.
So do you want to pick a date? We can send out notice to see how many people we can get to help. What's good for you guys?
Memorial Day weekend's a bad weekend.
Okay.
The following weekend, I'm away.
The following weekend, I think I'm away.
How about
6th.
How about next weekend, the 20th? How's that work? Is that too soon? If the weather's good?
Next weekend, the 20th. I'd be available.
I think I would be.
Okay. So why don't you both
I
check?
have to check my schedule.
Okay.
Alright.
If you both of you check, let me know. And if that works, then I'll send out notice to see who else you can get to help. Huh? Does it matter how many people show up?
No.
Okay.
What we're going to need, I kind of like to be involved with laying it out, making
Okay.
sure that because the posts have to go down so that as we assemble it, it's all level. So we want to make sure it's not only the grid is set up, but also the depth and whatever. So it's a little bit of taking your time. So anybody who shows up, if they want to help load and unload this stuff, that's like unskilled labor kind of thing, and we can get as many people who want to help out and do that. I would say the initial part of it would be according to the layout and the pictures that I have from the way it was.
Joe's got pictures, I've got pictures.
So I think that part would work out, and people could just be doing that. It's just a little bit
I'll make sure David is there too, because he took it all apart, so.
I'm assuming, unless anybody has any feelings one way or another, that it's just gonna go where we have the existing playground, and it would be the next right over towards the water.
Mhm.
Just make it one continuous.
Do you want it-
play.
If you could both check out, how's 10 a.m.? Is that too late, too early? Okay.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
All right, so what was the date again?
The 20th.
20th,
It's a Saturday.
May 20th.
Mm-hmm.
And the following weekend would be Memorial Day. right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a bad thing.
Okay, Steve's Path, you want to give us an update? What do you have
All
left to
right. Steve's Path is basically about half done.
do? Okay.
The right side on Michelle's side is all done.
All the ties?
All the ties all the way down. The water appears to have stopped running into her yard.
Okay.
There are still ties over there that are banded together. And he will probably be working on it on Saturday,
Okay.
barring rain or anything.
Okay.
You have people coming down?
On Saturday? I didn't ask anybody. If you want to wait and not do it this weekend, we can have Cindy call them for next weekend.
Well, the following weekend is the 20th.
Yeah.
So we would be doing,
We don't need volunteers to do, we don't need
no,
those
but,
kids to do this. They
you
can
know,
help over there.
David's gonna be involved in this.
Right.
I'll be involved in it, Jeff will be involved in it, so, that's really not a good weekend.
But we can have them come at 12 and meet David over there, or at 8, and help them
I
carry
think
down the ties.
we'll be over there for
More
4,
than
5,
possibly
6
more.
hours probably.
Maybe it'll spill over into another day. It's
Yeah.
all about getting it all laid out exactly so that.
So I think maybe you don't wanna, maybe if anything, now I don't think David has any plans for Memorial Day weekend, so I'm sure he'd be willing to, work part of that.
Right.
So maybe you can get those guys come over and do their mini steps.
Yep, well, we'll be, you know what, I'm gonna meet up with David this weekend anyway, so let me see what he thinks about that.
Okay,
And if he wants to do that, then I'll have Cindy get in touch with him.
okay.
Okay.
You fill in the gap, there's the top course of landscape ties on Steve's path. There's a couple that they're low, then there's a gap, and as it goes up back to the first step.
Well, he did, on the right-hand side going down, stop the water from going into Michelle's property.
Right.
He did that, all the way down, almost to the end of her fence.
But we still have all those landscape ties.
He's gonna put those on the left side,
Left side going up, left side going down.
to make a difference, well, going down, left side.
But
Okay,
as you're going down on the left side,
yeah,
I'm talking about as you're going down on the right side, there's a gap. Where there, I mean, it's still higher, and I assume it's preventing.
have you
the
seen
up-
it since he got?
Yeah, I was just walking down there yesterday.
Oh, he's not replacing the steps.
I'm
Those,
talking about that. As you're going down the steps, you go down the steps, you're walking towards the water, on the right-hand side, he has his fence there. So we now have a new course of landscape ties going all the way down on the right. And then it begins with a second course, which goes.
well, that's where the
10
water
feet.
was running into.
Well, more for aesthetic than anything else. It just kind of ends and then
Well, we
there's another one down there. I thought
We could put ties in there, but that's additional ties. You know, he was trying to keep it within the reasonable amount. I mean, it's gotta
Do you want,
cost,
It's just
do you wanna wait
fine.
till he finishes that part first and then see?
let's let him do the other side and see what he
If he
has
has any
left in
left over.
ties.
Okay.
I mean, I would have to agree that functionality is the primary concern, because we had a problem with water. But I'd like to think that there's an aesthetic to this too, that if we're gonna make nice new landscape ties on the whole thing, to just have it end and then continue on over there. Just, we can just fill it in, we have the landscape ties.
It might cost more ties though.
Well, we have a whole palette of ties.
Yeah, but he's gonna put those down, as you're going down the stairs, they go on the left-hand side. To stop the water from coming off that big gray
All right,
house.
let's see how it goes, if you have the ties, I think they should.
What did how much money did we say we would spend on it? Do you remember?
15?
I think it was 1,000 to 1,500, and I think he spent it.
Yeah, it was
I
like
think it was
14.
1,500.
Yeah, I think it was like 14 something.
Yeah.
So if
Sure.
we have.
If
yeah,
we have to go more,
okay.
well, that's okay, they'll deliver more. As long as it's $200, they'll deliver it for free.
Okay, do you, Mike, wanna give us an update on vine removal, GE? Okay,
Saturday and Sunday, we had a small event, and basically it was going over the program that we have, and we went through and identified trees and we placed it on the map. So we make sure that everything that we told that was on it was on it,
okay.
and we checked the condition, and we're updating everything as we go along to make sure that which ones need the work, which ones don't need the work, so we're gonna prioritize that. We had about 15 people over the course of the 2 days.
Okay,
And then we removed a great deal of vines right behind it, right down the hill along here in the back. We spent quite a lot of time and cutting down some dead wood. So it looks better, things were done, and we saved a few trees. I mean, there were some 4-inch grapevines down there, unbelievable.
do you have plans to meet again?
Yes, but not for a couple of weeks.
Okay. Weeks, so I know,
So we're gonna start to try to formalize who's gonna be involved in working with the program, and who's gonna be,
can anyone take down vines, or is it just certain people that know how to do it?
well, anybody can.
Okay, cause 12 with Tinker Bluff had a bunch of people that wanna help,
Yeah,
So-
right.
okay.
I mean, we handed out some information for them, about vines and about poison ivy and things of that nature, so they know what to do when they get in there. I mean, if there's somebody doing that, we could have somebody give a quick presentation to the group before they start.
Okay,
Not a problem.
alright, I'll email her and see
Okay.
if they wanna pick a date. She'd like 10 to 12 people, so.
Okay, great,
Okay.
okay.
Okay, so, this year it's time to renew our agreement with FiOS. They sent us over the tentative agreement. It's exactly the same as the old agreement. We did a conference call on Wednesday afternoon. Next, they're gonna finalize everything, send it over, I'll send it out to everyone to take a look at, and, we'll approve it at the June meeting, but everything's exactly the same as it was the past 3 years, so. Anybody else have anything for the working?
What is the contract, you know, what's in it? What's
Just
it
what the
about?
franchise fee is, it's for another 3 years, that they're able to come into the village and put in lines for FiOS and, you know, how we get paid, they pay us quarterly, it'll be direct deposit. Is it direct deposit now, Joe? That's the only change, it was gonna be direct deposit now, so,
They haven't jumped up prices for the neighboring villages, or?
not that, I know of,
Nothing, you know?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we were paying 5% before and they gave us 5% again, so. I mean, we could always go back and say we want 10 and they could say we want 3 and we're gonna have that 5, you
No,
know,
you
so.
don't need to do that if that's not happening.
You know. That's it. Anything else? Okay, motion to adjourn the working meeting,
So moved.
Second.
6:45. So we'll do the public hearing at 7 o'clock.